So now we're going to show how we can compare our results. So here we have different results: stress, displacement, strain, factor of safety. And for instance, now we want to show those results in different dialog boxes in one screen. So the first option is that we go here to our tab solid body, and then we can right click here and we can duplicate this. So let's duplicate. And let's here choose a new name, solid body 2. Configuration to use, simplify 1, and OK. And now here we have a solid body the same as here, solid body and solid body 2. And now, for instance, we want to compare our stresses with our factor of safety. So we can double click here on the stresses, and now here we see our stresses like this. And now let's go to solid body 2. Let's go to results, and let's activate here factor of safety like this. And now we can go to window, viewport, and here we can choose to view horizontal or vertical. So let's choose horizontal. And now we see that we have two windows. We can rotate this, and here we have factor of safety. Here down on the other view, we don't see our results, so we can click here, and here we want to show our stresses, so we can just double click here on the stress. And now we have here stresses and factor of safety. And now we can view and analyze our results, factor of safety and stresses simultaneously. As well, now if we want to see different results here, for example strain, we can just double click here on the strain. And now we have a strain here. As well, we can click here and we can change this to design insight like this, and now we can compare those results. As well, we can compare two results. Here we have option that we can compare 4 results, 4 different views, and this is option number 1. The option number 2 is to use compare results. Now let's right click on the solid body 2 and let's delete this analysis. Yes. And now let's go to viewport and single view. And now we have only one solid body, stress here. So the second way is that we go to compare results. So let's choose compare results. And here we have some options that we can compare: the current study, all studies in this configuration, all studies in all configurations, but those two we can use right now. We can only use the current study. So what we can compare? We can compare all the results that we got: stress, displacement, strain, factor of safety, design insight, mesh quality, aspect ratio, and so on. And for example, we want to compare stress with mesh quality. So let's uncheck those and let's check aspect ratio. And let's just click OK. And now here we have our stresses, and here we have our aspect ratio. And now we can go and analyze each region of our part, and we can compare stresses with aspect ratio, with the quality of the mesh. So you can rotate each view separately. So here we have a stress, and you can right click on the stress. You can go to chart options, and you can uncheck show minimum and maximum, or you can show minimum or maximum value if you want. And now you see that we don't have minimum and maximum value. Now if we want to exit our comparison, we can go exit compare like this. Let's go to compare results again. As well, we can compare more different results. For instance, now we want to add displacement and factor of safety. Let's click OK. And now we have 4 different views of our results. Here we can rotate each separately. Here we have stresses. Here we have factor of safety. Here we have displacement and aspect ratio. And now you can show and present your results of your simulation. Now let's exit our compare. And this is how you can compare the results of your simulation analysis.